What's going on, people? King Richez. Hey, listen, I've got some news that I'm sure a lot of you will find interesting. I have left the Just Pearly Things network, the JPT network. I'm no longer a part of that network. I left a month ago, right? So you're watching this right now, getting this news now, but I actually left a month ago.
What's good, YouTube? This is KB LaFleur. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. We got Just Pearly, and we got all of the black folk who helped build her podcast. They all decided to book it, right? Now, mind y'all, months ago, right, when this first broke out, when Just Pearly decided to bring Nick Fuentes onto her platform, and she wanted to expand her brand. Because she decided to do that, which I don't have any issues with, right? She wants to move on and do newer things, and that's fine, right? I just say she could have went about it a different way, bringing Nick Fuentes on, right? And number one, not allowing Sarah Garvey to be on there. Mind you, she would not be in the situation had she just brought Sarah Garvey, had she brought King Richez, whatever his last name is, or brought Auntie Jennings. Had she brought any of those people onto the platform with Nick Fuentes to at least challenge his ideas, right? Or at least be in a presence, she wouldn't be in this situation. But she said, you know what, hey, don't worry about them. It's just gonna be me and you interview, right? And unfortunately, right, Nick Fuentes said some things disrespectful towards black folk, and Just Pearly, agree with some of those things. And then on top of that, he made fun of one of her employees, right? Black employees, about her being blacker and being late or something, right? And what happens, right? They said, you know what, hey, you can't even defend us, so why are you even sitting over here allowing these people to be on your platform in the first place, right? You don't even want to defend us. So fast forward, right? I even said in the video, when she said slavery was embellished, when she got aired out about it, I said it, right? When that happened, when that broke, I said, man, people listen. Number one, I'm not gonna call her racist. But number two, I knew for a fact, Sarah Garvey, Auntie Jennings, and King Richez, I knew for a fact they weren't gonna allow that to slide. Content is based around black folk. Let's just be real. She built her platform. She built her platform pretty much for black folk. I mean, if you look at everybody on her platform, you look at, you got Auntie, right? You got Auntie, and I'm pretty sure Auntie's probably going to say something to Pearly behind closed doors. But you have a lot of people, brothers and sisters, on that platform. I knew for a fact they weren't going to let it slide. So what happened? Sarah Garvey ended up making a video exposing her. Just Pearly's colonial mindset, right? Fast forward, she tried to get his channel shut down, right? She tried to hit him with a bunch of copyright strikes. Mind you, right? You're trying to hit him with some copyright strikes because, number one, he's trying to expose you. But number two, you even agreed, you even admitted to some of those things that he was talking about. You admitted to those things. So then why are you still trying to shut down his channel?
Because you didn't say it's just yes or no. So I'm gonna look and ask mixing with you, because now you can't even say the first time, yeah, the second time, no, you're an idiot. And I've spoken to her about this before, personally, because you know how we get on Naomi.
It's not even that she's an
about
idiot.
This before.
It's not even that she's an idiot. We were on live the other day, and
now I'm gonna let y'all know. I don't know who this woman is, but this is the house Negro. And we wanna, if they wanna sit up here and play the plantation thing, this is the house Negro to talk about. Ain't nothing wrong with Auntie Pearl. Not Auntie Pearl. Ain't nothing wrong with Master Pearly things. She cook for us on a Monday. She feeds us on a Tuesday. She beats us on a Wednesday, or is that a Thursday? And then she let us go play on a Friday. So I'm like, so you got the house Negro talking about something. Master Pearl ain't do nothing wrong, and then you got the field Negro. So fuck that master. We gonna get ourselves and get free. We gonna escape and go run away to the north. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. All right, here we go.
Said a few things that there's just too many indicators that she is racist. Like, like if it's a dog, it's a dog. Just call it a dog. Like, we can call it ignorant. What other ways do we want to say it?
No, I personally, I still wouldn't say that she's racist. I'd say she's young, dumb, and stupid. And
We can't give people passes like that because we don't give women passes. We don't give
she's 26 years old. She's 26,
we don't give women passes like that for making mistakes with.
I'm not giving her a pass. I'm saying she's stupid. Because if you read one side, you say you read one side, right? And just the fact that she's still sticking with this Sewell all the time, that she's sticking with this guy, that's why, as far as I'm concerned, I'm done with you. Because if you can't stand there and say, I think it's bad, that means you think it's right. That means you're dumb. That means I can't mix with you.
Hold on, Auntie Jenny. Wait. She invited Nick Fuentes onto her fucking platform. Nick Fuentes said in front of all his audience, including you, that he is racist. He basically demeaned the woman who don't even work for Pearl anymore because she dates a black man. As a matter of fact, I do believe he's a Nigerian. And she's an Italian, and her boyfriend is Nigerian. And he says, oh, you're not a real Italian because you date a black guy. Pearl sat her lily white ass and watched all that run down. And y'all didn't say nothing. Y'all didn't say anything.
So then fast forward, you have Auntie Jennings, right? Auntie Jennings said, you know what, hey, I'm out of here, right? Because Pearl doesn't listen, right? I try to teach Pearl this. I try to tell Pearl that. She just don't want to listen, right? So the same issue that Auntie Jennings called out Sarah Garvey for, she's having with just Pearly now. Now fast forward, right? I recently just made a video about Sarah Garvey and Auntie Jennings leaving. And if you look at the thumbnail, I had a question mark over King Richey's head, right? Why? Because I'm like, it's just only a matter of time. It's just only a matter of time. And lo and behold, we have this video of King Richez.
What's going on, people? King Richez. Hey, listen, I've got some news that I'm sure a lot of you will find interesting. I have left the Just Pearly Things network, the JPT network. I'm no longer a part of that network. I left a month ago, right? So you're watching this right now, getting this news now, but I actually left a month ago. Now, a lot of you are going to be asking, King Richez, why did you leave JPT? What happened? Just Pearly Things direction is not the same direction that I want to go in. You know, I've doubled my subscriber base, you know, a lot more views, like millions of views every month. And, you know, I've made a lot more money. Right? But it comes to a point where it works best for me, my identity, my ideas about the world, that I just do my own thing. It's actually funny because a lot of people online was talking about me being in a slave contract, being on a plantation, you know, a Suge Knight contract, and I was stuck for 3 years and all of this nonsense. And I always told you guys that's not true. And look, the proof is in the pudding. I'm going my own way. I own everything on my channel. I've always been the owner of my channel, always been the owner of the content, and I'm leaving with everything I've accumulated. I always had this in the back of my mind that this was not going to be a forever type situation, and I always had the business savvy to know not to get locked down with anybody and have the right to leave and take everything I've built with me. And that's what I'm doing right now, right? It's very important that you don't understand that. A lot of people didn't think I would have enough brain power to put myself in a good situation, but I did. I always had it in the back of my mind that this situation was not forever, and I was not stuck in a 3-year contract where, you know, I was being extorted. That's not true. And now, you know, within the first year, you know, it's time for me to move on and go in my own direction. I just want you lot to know that nothing will be changing on the channel. I'll still be doing the podcast show with the girls and all of that good stuff, as well as all the other content, more gym content, more personal content, you know, with the live streams, talking and relating to the viewers and all that good stuff. So nothing's going to change, just a little bit of change of scenery. That is all, yeah? But anyway, with that being said, make sure you're still locked into this channel. I want to say I appreciate all the people that support, the viewers, the people that know me before Just Pearly Things, the people that met me through Just Pearly Things, and the people that are locking on in the future. Yeah, big up to everyone. Keep supporting. And anyway, we are out of here. Peace.
So with that video being out, that's three people from her program that's leaving. That's 3 people from her program that is leaving. Now, if you watch O'Shea Duke Jackson, right, he goes in depth about, you know, what's going on over there at Just Pearly, right? Mind you, a lot of brothers was getting on, you know, O'Shea Duke Jackson about, you know, feeling some type of way about Just Pearly after her having a little interview, right? So, you know, O'Shea Duke Jackson had an issue with a bunch of brothers, right? My question is for you brothers, right? My question is for you brothers. Are we seeing the issue here now? And with her being a joke, that leads into my next video, right? My next video is going to be about the differences between red pill. You got your hardcore red pill and you got your realistic red pill, right? This leads into that, right? But that's going to be for the next video. But now you're starting to see, you know, Pearly trying to transition into something else, right? And like I said, I don't have an issue with Pearly, you know, wanting to be political and wanting to go down the Candace Owens route and whatever the hell. That is fine. If that's what you want to do, expand your brand. But she could have went about it a different way. She could have left out of it with a head up, right? She could have left out of this with no marks. But you left a bad taste in a bunch of black people's mouth. And, you know, now you're trying to go ahead and trying to make that transition, trying to move yourself away from that. And it's like, man, come on, listen. It's like, come on. You cannot sit over here and build a platform on the backs of black folk and then sit over here and do what you did. And then try to sit over here and and try to exit your way out of it as if nothing happens, right? And if you look at a lot of her videos, she acts like nothing happened, right? But it's like, sis, like, what are you doing? So now when you look at Just Pearly, man, she's I don't have any respect for her. I don't have any respect for her, and I don't think anybody does at this point. Nobody does, right? You sat over here, you made fun of MTR because he called you out on your BS, right? You have, and this is what I mean. This is why I mean in my next video, how you have, you know, your red pill content, man. You have some red pill content creators. They don't practice what they preach. Right? They don't practice what they preach, right? You know, you have Pearly sitting over here talking about women aren't accountable, women are this, women are that, da. But yet, you're just as unaccountable as a woman you talk about. I mean, you're creating apologies, but you're reneging on your apologies, right? You apologize about the interview you had with Nick Fuentes, but then you turn around and try to go knock down people's channels. Right, you then like it's just a lot of things. It's a lot of things Just Pearly is doing that is making everybody say, "Hey, man, look, she's just not it. She's not it." So recently, she just went on H3 podcast, right? And they had a little debate, and mind you, H3 tore that ass up, right? But some of her ideas were just, it just didn't make sense. Not even for me, it didn't even make sense.
Agree with that premise that slavery was embellished? There are parts that are under embellished, and there are parts that are over embellished. I think it just depends what we're talking about. That's so interesting. I've got to know what was over embellished about slavery. I mean, I was talking about a book that I read. Thomas Sowell talks about how the guy that made Roots talked about how it was a myth for his people to live by. You know, myth doesn't necessarily mean it's a lie, right? And that doesn't mean the way it's depicted in the movie was how it actually happened. Thomas Sowell compared Barack Obama to Adolf Hitler. Do you like that analogy? But he wrote like 100 books. You also said George Washington was viewed from his slaves like a father. That was from a Thomas Sowell book. So he's your guy. Thomas Sowell's the man. Thomas Sowell wrote a column about supporting segregation in public schools. Like, you want me to talk about every single one of this man's opinions? 47 of George Washington's slaves tried to escape. Would you try to escape if you loved your master? Maybe that one was wrong. I was quoting a book. So do you agree with his statement, though? Do I think overall it was embellished? Some parts, sure. There it is. Which parts? Some parts. No, please tell me which parts. Tell me. I think that certain slaves had good relationships with their owners. Not all, maybe not most, but I think some did. You guys act just like Abba and Preach. Like, there's been a whole diverse. I really appreciate you having me on, but I'm good.
I say divorce should be banned I say with minor exceptions, but there should be the exception, not the rule. I say ban divorce. Let's take marriage back for the people that actually believe in marriage. If you don't believe in marriage, if you believe in getting divorced over chores, please. The long-term relationship route is over there. Do your 8-year living together, having children relationships, and please leave marriage for the people that actually believe in it.
Number one, you don't want women to be able to vote, right? And then number two, divorce should be illegal, right? So, and then it's crazy, right? Because once again, you have this is part of your red pill content that is hardcore. You're saying, hey, they shouldn't be able to vote. You're saying, hey, women shouldn't be able to divorce. You have another little red pill guru or whatever saying, hey, well, you know what? Y'all got some pussies if you leave, if you divorce your man because he's been putting his hands on you.
If there's someone that's very, very young and goes into a marriage and has kids when they're like 18, 19, 20, a year into the relationship, it gets really, really abusive. Even though it might be rare from what you guys think.
It is.
If it would happen, what would you recommend for those people? Would they divorce, or do you want them to keep going in the relationship?
Keep going. You can't divorce, and that's not a real thing.
Even though it might be like physically abusive?
You got to endure. People are too...
You want to stick in the relationship?
People are just...
I mean, look,
people nowadays are just...
For anyone that might be in that situation, what would you recommend?
Okay,
endure.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you
what.
It is such an extreme example that I can't give a prescription for what other people should do.
What about if two people get married, they have a kid, and then the wife starts cheating? Do you think they should divorce?
Absolutely. Jesus himself said in cases of adultery, divorce is permissible.
So you think that divorce is worse than physical abuse?
For the children?
Or cheating, sorry. You think that cheating is worse than physical abuse?
For the children, yes.
I think I'm not going to say this is worse.
Divorce is worse for the children.
No woman or no man should stay in a relationship, man, where it's that toxic, right? So this is what I'm saying, man. Once again, she's all over the place, man, and she's giving a red pill. She's giving a red pill a bad name, right? But once again, that leads into my next video of the differences between your hardcore red pill and your realistic red pill, right? So y'all do me a huge favor, man. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, and leave me a subscribe.